one and all, to Talking with Tom and Jim.
Thank you.
Hello. Up above me, Tom Goldrup, Jim Goldrup. They are actors and writers, film historians, world travelers. They're experts in everything having to do with, I don't know, the Gnome Mobile, or I told myself I wasn't going to say Mary Beth Hughes, and that's all that came to my head. I was like, think of something besides Mary Beth Hughes. Anyway, guys, thank you.
If you can believe everything Jeff is saying, then, you know, I'll sell you the Brooklyn Bridge.
Wait, you sold that to me. That's mine now.
I know, but I sell it to various people.
He lives under it.
How does that work?
And next to me, living under the Brooklyn Bridge, is actor and comedian Daniel Dye. And tonight, it's all his... Oh, I'm your host, Jeff Greenwald. Yeah, whatever. And it's all his show tonight, as we somehow agreed.
Almost all my show tonight. We have to remember.
Oh, hello.
Is that what you have to go do?
Yes, it is. I had almost all of my props.
What's that thing's name?
It doesn't have a name. Let's.
Oh man,
it's Rat.
Okay, those of you at
Bear
home,
Rat.
name the Rat.
It's Bear Rat.
Hi there. Hi there.
Hi, Rat.
Oh man. So we're gonna play Dan's random Tom and Jim's. You say it. I'll leave the
Tom and Jim's random game of random.
Want to zoom that in a bit?
Now's the part where Jeff's going to put in the sound, the cool music for it. I'm just giving time for the music. Yes. You thought that the random game of random was done, but oh no. Oh no.
Everyone hoped.
Everyone was hoping that there would be more.
I'll be right back. No.
Okay. Just 1 second. 1 second. No, I'll read them to you.
Dan, you're gonna need to raise that up slightly.
I will.
Okay.
I'll bring it in. Don't you worry. When we're ready to select numbers, it's going right in there.
So we did this before. I just want to explain to everyone who hasn't seen this yet. Dan's crazy. And these are, he says they're random questions, and then they turn out to not even be questions. They're just these weird statements that are supposed to create a response from Tom and Jim. And
yeah, here's the thought. Here's the thought.
Crazy. We're both crazy too.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're both great. Now, here's the thought. Is my theory is that Tom and Jim have a story for anything. And so I'm testing that theory, and we're putting these question/random comments out there, and then we're going to see if there's a story for it. And if there isn't a story and I can stump them, then I get a point. And Jeff's keeping track of the points. I'm sure he's going to put the scoreboard up for where we are now.
What I've been saying is that there are no points.
Well, we'll work that out in post.
Thing last time where you kept saying you get a point, and I kept saying there are no points. But actually, what I should be saying is there is no point.
We'll work that out in post-production.
Right. The story is to be true and not made up, right?
The story is to be...
no, you can make them up. I make up half of my stories.
I believe last time I got up and left.
Did you?
You
were having too much fun. I don't know.
Got up and walked out.
Oh yeah. So we have to start with number one, because number one kind of sets the theme for the day. Number one is, heck yeah, there's more. So,
when I go to Utah to see my brother and sister-in-law, she makes the best cheese enchiladas in the world. And I always say, heck, there's more, because I want an extra one, an extra one, an extra one.
Nice.
There's more cheese enchiladas coming from out of the oven.
That reminds me of my uncle going to get enchiladas on, I believe, Thanksgiving, but I'm pretty sure they weren't enchiladas.
What I thought you were going to say was, and he didn't come back.
Oh, no, he came back. Oh, I'm sorry, it was tamales, not enchiladas.
If you think of something, Jim, or are you going to get stumped?
Well, like when they're handing out awards and the award for the best this and best that. I'm there waiting, and finally after about 10 awards, There's a pause. And I say, oh no, are there any more?
Heck,
Heck yeah, there's more.
Heck yeah, there's more. We haven't given the prize for the best fabric design? Let's say fabric design. Okay, what number do you want next?
let's say number 4. Number 4.
Number 4. Number 4 is Here's Your Nickelback.
I remember the time I was standing down on the Haight Ashbury, and I gave the guy a $5 bill for a little baggie of pot, and he gave it to me, and then he called it a nickel bag. So I said, "Okay, I want mine here." I reached out my hand, and he slapped the $5 bill in my hand, and he said, "Here's your nickel back." So I had both. I had the nickel bag and the nickel $5 bill.
I told you, a story for everything.
Wait. Hold on. Let's back up. So this is Haight Ashbury. This is in the late 60s?
This is like 1967, 68, 67 probably happened then that time.
Okay.
Back in the old days. Before you guys were born.
Before I was born, yeah.
So, Jeff, what's your story?
I have one. I was on, I don't know what made me think of this, Dan, but I was in the port in Liverpool, England, where they store this wrecked German U-boat. And in this little port that's all there is to this port. You get off the boat, you see the U-boat, you get back on the boat. And there's this little tiny gift shop, and it was full of just ridiculously lame things, little kid things, puzzles, balloons. It was like, what's the point of this little gift shop? But in there I saw these little reproduction of ration books.
Okay.
And on the inside cover is I guess it was pence, but it would be like 5 back. You get like a 5 for the rations for whatever you're using. And so as soon as you said that, besides the stupid pun I knew you were going for, I thought of the ration book. So I actually bought that ration book and then had it as a joke, oh, I got to use my ration book. And then 2 weeks later, COVID happened and they started rationing things. I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, does this count? I have my World War II ration book still.
Did it work?
Did it work?
No.
No. Jim, do you have a story?
I was trying to think. I'm sure it's happened. I mean, hey, here's a nickel. But I think it wasn't.
Okay.
But guys, before Dan, I have to explain. I'm not just going to let this go.
What?
Dan said you can fabricate, so my story was a fabrication.
Oh,
Mine was not. That should be a whole different game. Figure out if you're lying or not. Super Liars game, where you tell us 2 things and we guess which, Anyway, guys, you don't get this probably, but this question is a loaded, stupid pun about the band Nickelback. There's a band called Nickelback.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he knew you wouldn't know, but he's just being a jerk. I felt like I had to explain the pun.
Oh, that's why I gave a fabricated answer.
All right.
Winners all around. Everyone gets points. Okay, who's next?
All right, last question.
Last question.
Oh, my favorite number was always 5. So
5. Okay. And question 5 is, if I can find it, pudding.
What is it?
Pudding.
What?
Pudding.
Pudding.
Oh,
Oh,
I always like chocolate pudding.
I like a chocolate pudding too.
I love chocolate pudding. In fact, chocolate pudding is my favorite kind of pudding.
I have a story about pudding.
Nice.
when I was younger, I was on a mission for the LDS Church, and I was down in Atlanta, Georgia, and the bishop of the area there invited my companion and I over to dinner, and everything he had was something I didn't like. I mean, he had liver, he had uh, okra, he had all this stuff except for the milk, and the dessert was banana pudding, and I don't like bananas, so when I think of pudding, banana pudding that night. After that, he called me liver lover all the time. But that's my story of pudding, because even the dessert was something I didn't want to eat. But I ate everything except for the liver.
Somehow I'm like,
That's
he
a true
plotted
story.
that. He plotted that somehow. I have to imagine he plotted it.
Let
It's
me
like
figure out
he went into
whatever
Tom,
the time
like there were no Facebook profiles at the time, but he's like, what does Tom not like?
I doubt that I was okay. Actually, that's not. I was going to say I doubt that someone would want to think in advance of ways to mess with the missionaries. That would not happen. And then I realized I used to do that all the time.
I do that all the time.
my goal was to throw them in the swimming pool. We were neighbors, and the missionaries, every night I'd be in the pool swimming, and they'd come by with their bicycles, walking their bikes, and say hi to me. And I was always trying to figure out a way to get them close enough to pull them into the pool. And so I don't put it past anyone to think about all the things that you wouldn't like and then serve them to you, because I would probably do that if given the chance.